Hello, Paul here from Turner Hopkins Immigration. I'm here today with Greg Bolek from Wall Solutions. Just to talk about Greg's move from Canada to New Zealand and his settling into New Zealand and obviously the business you've created. So thank you for coming along, Greg.
You're welcome.
And maybe we can just start with why you chose to move your family to New Zealand.
My oldest daughter came back from a trip to Europe, and she brought back a lot of photos and experiences and stories of her 3-week trip. And as a family, we decided to, there's more of the world that I'd like to show my kids and experience those things with my family. And we decided to make a list that anybody else would do of those top 10 locations around the world. And New Zealand was on top of the list.
Oh, very good. And as you were planning, what was going through your mind? So what things were you thinking about? What was, I guess, the number one priority? Does it safety or education or what sort of stuff?
It was a combination of things. We wanted a place that we would have a good connection with, first of all. Also, safety was important, obviously, with the young family. A place that we knew that we would be able to grow. Okay, and this wasn't a decision that we were going to take lightly. We were all in, and it was a decision that our whole family made. It wasn't just the dad or the mom or the parents say, okay, we're moving to New Zealand. That's it.
Yeah.
Everybody was on board.
That's fantastic.
So it was this lifestyle. It was the language as well. There's no language barrier, and also being a Commonwealth nation. Canada as well, and we decided to move that for those reasons. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And so you decided to make the move. What was sort of the next step in terms of finding out how to make the move? Because obviously there's a lot of moving.
Oh, well, yeah. First, being 18,000 kilometers away, and a completely different time zone, I did all my research online. There's so much information online, it was staggering. It was like I was treading in the deep end, and I'd been treading for years already. The information was also inconsistent from location to location, and just learning the different, looking at the different forms, looking at the different ways to apply online. There was a big dollar figure with it as well, and I wanted to make sure that I got the information right the first time around.
Yeah.
And I could not navigate all the changes that were being made on New Zealand immigration. So that's why I reached out to a consultant, an immigration consultant in New Zealand, to help me through that process, that human touch. Yeah.
Fantastic. And so fast forward to having made the move.
Yes.
You've been here. So how long have you been here now?
Been here just over 6 years.
6 years. Okay. And so looking back over that process, would you say that having someone to assist you was obviously hopefully helpful?
I think it was one of the best decisions I made. I knew other people and saw other stories, read other stories of just travesties and horror stories of people that had improperly put in wrong information or were laxed in providing detailed accompanying documents. The consultant helped me collect information, submitted information upon my behalf, and I would not have been able to get a very clear application to Immigration New Zealand without their help. Certain. Yeah.
Brilliant. So now you're here, you're settled, and you've started your own business. So maybe tell me a little bit about that, because ultimately that's what New Zealand was looking for: bright people coming to bring their skills and their human capital. So tell me a little bit about what you've done.
So we first came here on a skilled migrant visa, and during COVID, that was a tough time for everyone, and including us being on the skilled migrant visa, and that really forced a lot of people into some extreme immigration applications, I guess, us included. Thankfully, in 2021, there was a fast forward immigration application for skilled migrants, which I took advantage of for myself and the family. and with help through a consultant, and we were accepted finally after about a year and a half of waiting anxiously. I think that was the hardest part.
Yep.
Certainly the expense, but it was the waiting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So once we received our residency, I was finally allowed to start my own business, and also my kids were allowed to work as well, because when we first arrived, they were still students. They weren't 18 yet, and so they couldn't work until we received those residence visas.
Yep.
Yep.
Fantastic. So you started a business in cybersecurity?
Yes.
Yep. Tell me a little bit about that.
So the business I started, called Ironwall Solutions, its first focus is managed IT services. Basically, that's an external or remote help desk for IT support. So we can help you with your computer needs, any break fix type of items, and support of your greater infrastructure, your networking, firewall systems, and large data stores. But with that, we have a strong focus on cybersecurity, and that's very important in this day and age, where cybersecurity can be a very difficult thing to navigate, especially for small and medium businesses that don't have the focus or the resources to protect themselves. There's many problems out there in regards to ransomware and spyware and phishing attempts and accounts being compromised. So we help companies protect themselves against that.
Fantastic. And coming from Canada with significant experience and probably much bigger markets, much bigger companies, and then coming to New Zealand, a small country, how have you found that adjustment in terms of setting up a business here?
I think the biggest adjustment is that the business world relies so much on reputation and reliability here in New Zealand. On the reputation side, more of. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And so networking is a huge resource for to get your business going and to establish your business in the New Zealand marketplace. Every lead or every business lead that I've generated has been through networking. It has not been through a lot of marketing. It's not been through knocking on doors. It's through meeting people and exposing yourself in meetings and in different types of events.
So I guess to kind of wrap it up, if you were to give someone in your situation coming from anywhere in the world to New Zealand some advice, what would that advice be?
I think if you're coming to New Zealand with all the immigration laws that are changing so dynamically and affecting such large demographics at the same time, it's tough to keep track on that. And somebody that is not an immigration professional, and an individual that just wants to immigrate to New Zealand from anywhere, you need somebody that is a professional to help you through that. It's hard work to go through those application processes. You can miss things. You don't know the jargon, and you don't know where, if you are a business professional, there are certain avenues that you can take and certain visas that you can apply for. Your marital status, your family status. Do you have elderly that you want to bring with you eventually? All those things that change the way that you apply. And without guidance, we wouldn't be here. Yeah. So absolutely look out for a consultant.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Greg, thank you
You're welcome.
for giving us your time and sharing your story, and wish you all the best for your business in the future.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant. Thank you.